Hello and welcome to the aForm Show, the premier podcast for all things architecture and design across the MENA region. Welcome to your tribe. Hello and welcome to the show. Today we are joined by Leali Ezzat, founder and creative director of ELE Interior, a Dubai-based design studio known for its elegant, human-centric interiors. With years of experience delivering bespoke residential and hospitality projects across the region, Leali is recognized for her refined aesthetic and thoughtful approach to design. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi Leali, welcome to the show.
Hello, hi.
Awesome. I know that we've spent a bit of time going back and forth to make this happen. So I'm so happy that we're finally getting to sit down and have this conversation. I must confess my ignorance just because I didn't know L or ELE is actually pronounced LA. So maybe let's start there. I think that's a good point for all of our listeners. LA Design or LA Interiors rather. Why did you start it? What were you looking to do? What was the inspiration? Why the name even? Let's start there.
So obviously, I'm coming from Spain. I'm a Spanish Palestinian. And I will start with the name because the name is really something that it really make me good memories. Everything started when I was in Spain, when I was in the university. I studied technical and architect, and then I specialized in interior design. And with my, friends that I built there and everything, they used to call me ELE. So every time that we go out or they message, it's like, okay, ELE, and okay, ciao, ELE. And then all the friends, they start calling me ELE. So for the whole 5 years, there was ELE. So when I came here to UAE, I've been here since 2012. I came here, with the idea of this amazing city, developing, new ideas, creativity, compared obviously with in Spain in that moment. And because I know the Middle East a little bit, the local and the culture, that I also have that culture as well, but not practicing the culture, but born and raised in Spain, and I know the culture. So when I came here, it was basically for me an amazing opportunity to, experience the real Middle Eastern living culture-wise. And then I have started very slowly. I was working in a company for tiles and material construction, which is a Spanish brand. And in that transition of the company with different owner and also opening a new showroom, they obviously hold me on the side. And in that moment, it came an opportunity to do a project for a friend. And I all of a sudden, I finished the project and then I got a call from another person and then I did another project and all of a sudden I see myself into that. So in that moment, I realized, okay, I need to start looking for a name and looking for what I'm going to do. And that's, I don't know, it was like coincidence. Someone from my university contact me and then I say, oh, they used to call, and then she say, oh, I miss you, ELE. And I was like, ELE.
Light bulb.
Yes. And it was like, sometimes, the signs are there. So that's why the name was say, okay, we're going to go for ELE.
Nice.
So how I built ELE, I never thought that I would build ELE. If I'm honestly speaking, I never thought I'm coming here to Dubai to do ELE. I think this country is so amazing that it does not give you limits to do a lot of stuff. You don't feel scared to risk a lot of stuff. The people are welcoming, the people are open for new projects, and it's such an amazing opportunity. And if obviously it doesn't work, then probably I will have went back and I will have, look for another job and same industry, but, I will, okay, it was a nice time. And that's it. Yeah. But I feel this country, it gives you an amazing opportunity and it's like for everyone. The amount of culture and nationalities and, that you are dealing with a different kind of mindset, with different styles. It gives you the opportunity to express yourself and do things like magically. For me, it was I started more about Emirati people. And every time I was going to their houses and I see those drawings, 80% or 85% of the house, it was for guests. And the rest of the house, it was for them. And I used to always ask them, I know the culture, but I used to ask them, you are spending all of this money. How many times people come to visit you during the year, for example? Like, no one. So you're building this 80% of the house or 90% of the house, literally, for who? And I start pushing to change a little bit the mindset. Why we don't do it opposite? Why you don't do 90% for you and 10% for the guests? We can still have someone amazing because it's cultural. And I think they should keep that culture. And we have this culture. So even if we're in a new times and everything, the culture is there and it's beautiful, right? But I think that the houses, especially now with the lifestyle of people, the gatherings, it changed. You spend your time in gatherings that you also spend your time when you are sitting alone or with friends or family.
Yeah.
So that was in that time when I came, would you imagine? And then at the beginning it was very challenging, but people, they get used to it more and more and saying, right, what hit that mindset, it was COVID time.
Right.
I swear in COVID time, 2020, and we was discussing it before, right? 2020.
People care a lot about their homes now.
Exactly. Like I used to enter to an amazing houses and I entered and there are plastic chairs.
Yeah.
And I say,
I've seen those.
What happened here? Why?
Yeah.
You know, Leah, we didn't find the time. And by the way, you always, all the weekends, you know, we like to go for hotels. We are not a people that we like to spend the time here. But still, why? But 2020 came. I see a major change from 2021 until now, 2026. Major change in the interior design industry. A lot compared when I came 2012. Major. And it's amazing because now it's so challenging. The people that they enter from the door, it's like you are battling with people that they know, they travel, they see, they know what they want in their houses, they know how they want to feel, you know, so it's more challenging for interior designers. So for us, obviously, personally for me, it's amazing because obviously it keeps things changing, but now it's amazing because they're enjoying the space, they're enjoying the houses. Before it was like, no, we're not gonna do this. We're not touching it. Like you could put a jar there. It can be a little bit, not dusty, but it could be there for like 8 years, you know, and no one touched it. And that's the way that it was. So well, anyways, I just mix a little bit with your question, but saying that, you know, out of coming to this country is what it really make me do to create ELE Interior. It really motivates me, the opportunity of seeing that everything can be, the people, how amazing and welcoming they are and easy as well. Of course, you have difficulties when you start doing the project, but the way that they make it to happen possible, you know? So it's really is what make me open ELE Interior and continue with ELE Interior.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying. I get asked by a lot of international designers when they see Dubai, they're like, oh, it seems like there's so much competition because, you know, there's so many design firms now, especially that are here. And I say, not really. I say that, yes, there's competition, but I think if you're in that sort of top 5%, like LA, for example, things are not really competitive. In fact, people refer a lot of work to each other. Clients are quite demanding, of course, yes. But the reason why I believe that these studios have opened up is because there is a competitive energy in the city, but it's not a bad one. It's almost inspirational when you see the kind of work that other people do and the kind of firms and studios that they have, etc. I think it's quite inspirational. And there's very few cities, Milan maybe is another one, where you can actually start up a studio, do pretty good work, deliver the work, and not really have anything else to deal with, like town planning, NOCs or anything like that. Like things are fairly straightforward here in that sense, I think.
I totally agree with you. It's true. There is a lot of interior design companies.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But somehow when I speak with, you know, friends that they also have interior design studios, everyone has work because we have projects and opportunities for everyone. It's absolutely amazing. And it's true. It's not about competitors. I feel that clients, they come when they feel that they are connecting their identity, when they feel that they are comfortable to work or comfortable to do your project. Because at the end of the day, you have to connect. If you have client coming in and you and both of you don't understand each other and you don't speak the same language, there's nothing to do here. In fact, sometimes we have clients that they come here and they want completely different style. And at some point we ask them, so why you are here?
This is not what we do.
You know what we do, right? And they say, because I really like you guys and we like you too. And then we make it happen because at the end of the day, yes, we have our little bit, like we have our identity and, you know, but we are quite eclectic. We are quite adaptable of each other. So, and honestly, we have clients that you will say, but this is not your style. And somehow, you know, we connected, we like each other and you know, it's going to happen. So, but at the end of the day, you see that there are projects for everyone.
100%.
So it's exactly what you just say. Like there's no competition. It's like, it's a good one, I would say. It's a good competition because I will have those clients, but you still have your own clients, you know, that they connect with you. They connect with your style of service or style of company. How do you guys work? How do you do it? They like it. They feel comfortable. So, and now obviously the amount of people that is coming, you know, it's absolutely amazing.
And there's a lot of quality people coming, I feel. A lot of the people coming now are sort of, these are the people that are going to buy a house and live in that house. And not so, I mean, I would say maybe 2 years back, it was a lot of investors and there was a lot of money coming in. But I think now the actual people are also coming in.
To be honest, what you're saying also is true, because as of right now, Dubai is one of the safest,
100%.
one of the safest in the list of a safe country.
Yeah.
And especially because I come from Europe and I hear it from, family, friends, and about everything, not just about the safeties, about the opportunity of work, the rates of salary and all of
Taxes,
that, right?
yeah.
Taxes and everything. And it's true. People, they come in here because they want to build their life.
Yeah.
They want to have comfortable, they want to have safety here. That's why it's coming all of the people, because the value, of being in a city that you are comfortable to do anything and you are not scared, or people, they're not gonna, I don't know, coming from Europe, they steal you for silly things, right?
Yeah.
And the other day I got a call from a friend, and she said, we are thinking also to move to Dubai with the family, the kids. And she's like, I'm seeing you. She was saying, I'm seeing you. And back on those times when you moved here, we was like, we are very comfortable here in Spain, our life and everything. And you were so brave to move, to the Middle East, right? But now we are the ones that we are not like, oh my God, she did amazing moving in that time.
Yeah.
And now we want to move as well, because we are not feeling, 100% the opportunities, I will say, which is really sad, because those countries are amazing. They have an amazing, 100%. And we are traveled there,
Yeah.
But in terms of comfortable and safety, it's true. Quality people is coming. They want to have a stability. And obviously that comes, where they're going to live, where they're going to basically stabilize, themselves with the family, the schools, and obviously you build, that kind of comfort. And once you come here, you don't want to leave. Because it's true that it really attracts you of the comfort and the safety that you have here.
Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people. They tell me, I had actually come here for a job and I thought I'll be here for like 3 years, and now
1 year.
And now it's been like 15 years and my kids are growing up here. What are my kids going to do? And I'm like, I'm that kid.
Oh, yes, true. Yes.
So we turn out fine. We're okay. Everything's all right. Nothing bad happens. But yeah, it is a confusing place to be if you are sort of non-Emirati growing up here. There's a sense, I mean, I call Dubai home all the time.
Of course.
It's
I even call it home myself, and I'm not basically born and raised here.
No, but even so, it gives you that sort of comfort and security, I think.
Yes.
I think that's the big thing.
Yeah. I think they did such obviously, we was discussing like the other day, such an amazing work of how they work with a lot of cultures in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
You might feel, oh my God, that's so challenging, because we are coming from different cities with different cultures, different routines, right?
Yeah.
And all these people, in a community living all together daily to daily in our work. Like, sometimes when I speak with my friends, or I have friends, they have architecture or interior design studio in Spain. I mean, 90% of the people are Spanish.
Right.
But when I talk to them, I hear, no, here we have, here I have Italian, I have Pakistan, I have Filipino, I have Spanish or Portuguese. And it's amazing, because it's true that you have a lot of people and we understand each other.
Yeah.
How can, you never thought that would be happening, but it's true that it's happening and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it touched upon some really interesting points. And I want to ask, just out of my own curiosity, you mentioned that you saw a big change in sort of client briefs post-COVID. I'm assuming a lot of it was more wellness oriented, in the sense that they wanted as simple as, better bathtubs and, spas and lounges and salons, etc., yoga rooms, and kind of everything down wellness. But are you, just from your experience, have you seen any other sort of trends which have come up post-COVID?
Yes, as I say, obviously, I think that when happened COVID, many people stopped traveling, right? And then obviously when we passed that, many people, they want to start traveling a lot. It was like a frustration that we need to travel around the world, and people travel and they see new things. And in that moment, everything can be also in your house. Before it was like exclusive, right? You go to a spa or a resort or a hotel and, they have the bathtub in the room.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, wow, you will not have your bathtub in the room, because we are basically coming from these traditional things, from our parents, the house, how it is. And now we have, a bathtub in a room if you want it. Trends that came new Well, I will say about the outdoor and indoor. That's been developing for already 2 years, more or less, or more than 2 years. The fact that, you have, your garden, in your living room or in a lobby. Before, when you enter to a house, lobbies are pretty like a table in the middle, especially because of the dimensions, But now people, they want this kind of outdoor, indoor. They are more focusing in the wellness and the spa. We are basically receiving a lot of, which is something that it was already there, but nobody was basically taking attention, or no one thought that, okay, I can have it in my house. Okay. Like, for example, saunas. We have saunas and everything, but now we are implementing sauna in the rooms, in the bathrooms, which, bathroom, it was like bathtub, you see, shower, sink. Now we also want the saunas in the rooms. So it became that the wellness and the lifestyle that we are having now about being healthy, everything organic, it's all about that on your house. As well, of course, example, more using less chemical products, starting from the painting, or more natural materials. Sometimes we have to be careful because the country that we are is quite high temperatures. So those materials, they need to be very well maintained, and it's difficult. We are not in Sweden that you have an amazing wood, vintage from, I don't know, that of course here with the sun and the heat and the AC 24 hours, it does not maintain the same thing. So I will say more about the wellness inside of the house, how, the filter waters, all of those kind of things. It's more about quality. I think with the time it built the houses with more quality lifestyle.
Right.
Nice lighting. Before they used to put a lot of spotlights or, or four spotlights. Now it's more about how the space is going to make me feel. So the lighting should be more reduced lighting, or more thinking about the afternoon, the evening time.
Right.
So it's all about wellness, I will believe, about all connected to the wellness. That's what I will say, that this is the trends that is coming now.
Right. No, I agree, because I'm sort of on the architect side of that. So
true. And as well. That
from the architect side, we've seen the basement has become different. Before, the basement was always
car garage, storage. That's it.
Yeah, like 10 cars, storage, maybe a gym. And now the basements become like active entertainment,
multi-purpose.
Yeah. So before it was kind
salon.
Of like, it was like, standard sort of epoxy floor and your car's parked there, happy days. Now for one of our projects that we're working on, we're looking at a bespoke lighting scheme for a basement. I've never done that before.
Yes.
Like this client is like, I'm actually gonna, when I'm entertaining and stuff, I'm gonna put just my show card inside here, and we're gonna have high tables over here. We're gonna have a DJ booth over there. And I'm like, in your basement, and you have like a whole other like 2
floors.
Lounges up above you.
True.
It's like, no, why use this space only for cars when I can use it for other things also? So yeah, stuff like that I find really interesting after COVID. I think people have taken a hard look, like you mentioned about even, the 80% of your house is not used. I think people have taken a hard look at how they live and said, oh, what if we can do more with these spaces?
Exactly. But it's good, because you are paying all of this money to build all of these houses.
Yeah.
And, and this is why it's like opening mind. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I want a jiu-jitsu cage. Fantastic. Yeah. Let's do a jiu-jitsu cage, and I think that's when it starts like, now people, they don't have limits.
Yeah.
And I love that, because it's true. You are going to have the property. You're going to spend the money. Why are we not going to plan around that dream or that thing that you wanted to have in your house?
Yeah.
Multi-purpose area for the kids, or DJ booth, or
paddle courts.
Yes, exactly. Cinema, and then I don't know. And of course, it's amazing because they have the square meters to do it.
True.
And they have the space, and they have, an amazing city that, easily. Sometimes we'll do it in the future. Okay, you plan it. We plan it with you according, for the electrical points and everything. And then whenever you wanted to do it in the future. But it's nice, because it's beautiful to, think about, I don't have limits to do all of this.
Yeah.
I always think if our grandparents, they will see us, and they will say, what's happening here? The other day we was talking about WhatsApp. WhatsApp, it was no long time ago. It was like, I remember here in Dubai, I was not having WhatsApp in 2012.
Yeah. I think that was the BBM time, right?
The BBM, that, people send you the code and everything. It's true. So imagine, still like new things is coming and new things is going to happen now with the ChatGPT. That my ChatGPT is everything for me now. But that's the thing, that you see that if this is happening to us, it's happening to our clients as well. That's the challenging that we have every single day.
Right. So I want to ask then, if you are if the type of projects that you're working on are now starting to become very different, right, in terms of styles, what clients want. It's awesome that one project is very different from the other. That's awesome. From a portfolio point of view, when you're finished, it looks very nice to show that we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and there's so much range, right? But when you're doing it, it's quite difficult, I would think, because no typical details, no sort of standard ways of doing things, because you're doing new things with every project. Yeah. So I kind of want to touch upon that and see, as ELE Interiors, how do you guys sort of deal with these creatively challenging projects? Do you have any kind of special workflows that you've put together, how your teams work, any kind of software that you use, or anything that maybe someone listening, they may get some benefit from it and say, oh, I could try that? So
I think obviously everything started from the client. First thing is that you need to have a lot of deep down,
right,
what exactly you're looking for. I have a client that every time she travels to a country, she comes with new ideas. Every time she's saying, I'm traveling, I say, where are you going? Because
the team is going to pause until you come back.
You cannot stay in your house for the whole time that we are designing. So last time she went to India and she came back with too many colors. And I was like, I saw this and I'm in love. This is what I want. And there was a lot of colors. So first, obviously, to deep down about, the details and what exactly the client wanted and what is they achieve, what do you want to achieve in your house? And also to try to find a path. Okay, all right. We are on this style, but we cannot mix, because we had a couple of, sometimes clients, no, I want one room in one style, I want the other room in another style. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Another thing that is also happening is that sometimes people, they do an architectural classic and then the house is completely modern and it doesn't match. Or modern, and then especially modern and then classic. No,
that's weird.
The outside and inside, it's completely weird. The outside and inside, it has to have the same language. So when you open the door, you're in the same house. And this is where we always, say, I had a client that they want completely different doors inside of the house. No, the whole doors, only the main doors, can be different. So we have to really understand what is the idea, what is the style, because they might have seen a lot, but we don't know, okay, what it means for you classic. Because for you classic means something, but for me classic is something else. But reality classic is this. So that's first thing, first process. Second, obviously, as a team, we have 3 persons doing projects that they are dedicating to that project from the beginning, from the kickoff meeting until the end of the project. The reason we have 3 persons is because we don't want to hold your project. We want to continue with the project. If someone goes for a holiday or someone has another meeting or another site with something's happened during the project, there is still people that they're looking for your project. And in that process, we are always, those 3 persons are connecting from the beginning to have, the same communication until the end. So we don't miss information and miss things. When we start, obviously, the 3 persons, we always start with a space planning to obviously add the reality of those furniture pieces that you like it. We start specifying a little bit, what kind of brands, or if you want to do for bespoke, furniture ideas that you want. So it's implemented on the real plans, because sometimes in this room, I want to put 2 dining tables and 1 console and 1 armchair and then a sofa. No, does not fit, so things like that. So when we started, another process that we do is collect real materials. What kind of floor we're going to put? What kind of joinery we're going to go for it? What kind of materials that we're going to, apart from the furniture, after we go for a physical materials to understand, okay, that's the style. And we met the client again, because it's really important to see, this is what you mean? Because when you see in a photo, you don't see it like the same in reality. Even when you see it on the site, the color change. Sometimes we say for final decision, always on site. So we always say, this is the stone that you like? Or, this is the wood that you like? So we do that, and then after that, we develop more the space planning. So the first 2 weeks, I will say, we really spend a lot of time with the client to really deep down, what you're looking at. Sometimes even we visit them on their current house, because then you understand the personality.
And how they live.
And how they live, what they like, how they want to be in the future as well, but obviously with their personality. So when we finish that, then we move to the stage of starting developing on 3Ds. And on 3Ds, we wanted to give as many cameras as possible so they can understand the angles, what they're going to take, to have that kind of motivation.
Right.
During the process, we do also psychologically a relationship, because it's really important. Sometimes, when you have a couple or something, they have different kind of ideas of how they imagine the room or something. You do have to do a lot of psychologically.
Yeah.
Like a psychology couple therapy.
Yes.
Totally.
I agree completely. I've been in many situations.
Many situations,
like that, where the husband has told me do one thing and the wife after the meeting has said, don't listen to him. I want to do this. And
exactly.
I'm like, oh man.
Okay, we'll speak later. No, but it's true. It's true that I really think that it's important to read the client. Sometimes we also have kind of workshops with our team, because I think it's really important to understand that no one is the same. You can stick on our processes. Okay, our processes is those ones, but they could be some kind of modifications during the H stage.
Right.
Every client is different. For example, we had a client, no, I want to start selecting the whole furniture. I don't want to see the space planning. Okay, we explain and we select, we apply, and then we show you. So we find different way of how we're going to communicate with this client.
Right.
And it's true that we do have a lot of sometimes, situations, there is tension, but that happens more when the action starts happening.
Yeah.
Once we have the design and we start with the supervision and we start with the site situation, that's when it's coming the time that
That's when the drama starts.
That starts the drama. The drama starts. The trauma starts. People get impatient. I do understand it.
Yeah.
I really do understand it, because look, we are in a country that everything is fast, quickly, and 24 hours.
Yeah.
But when you come to construction, there is a lot of, different kind of companies that you are dealing with, and 100%. It's not in your control.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. Things are coming from abroad, which is also something that you need to add, then you need to wait, then it's coming a little bit delayed because of something happened. So I do understand, but then the clash, the husband obviously, or the wife, the husband, for example, has a limited time because of whatever budget, and the wife, wants to have this because of the dream of her life. And then you need to make them both happy. So you became totally the therapist person. I'm here, and everyone is going to listen to me.
Yes. I will hear everyone's problems. Tell me.
Tell me, exactly. Tell me. And you should, and we obviously internally, we talk about it. Guys, this is something that it cannot stay inside of your system.
Yeah.
Because this is not something that is about you. It's about the company, what is doing in this project.
Yeah.
So it's about what the client is expecting. And it's nothing about you. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything bad. You didn't do, that's how it works here. So that's how it works in this industry. So the client might be frustrated, angry. He's not frustrated with you. He's frustrated because he is waiting, because he might need to move from the existing house in 2 months' time. So that's why he wants to move, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he's pressuring, he needs to move because he doesn't want to rent another year, or, for whatever
100%,
reason.
100%.
So sometimes we really have to be strong in the mindset to not let it be in your system. Although I am very passionate, and that's why I'm in this business. And many people ask me, what is motivating you? And what motivates me is that at the end of this whole journey, the faces of the people, the project, how they end, to see it in reality, I get goosebumps, because I say, wow, how I really feel super full.
And you only know that feeling if you've done that.
And you really know, exactly, if you only done that. And it's so worth it that, and this is why you have to keep reminding yourself all the time. So
I have a little story that I tell clients, which is when you come to us and that process of getting to know the company, getting to know the client, I say that's kind of like starting to date. Right?
Totally.
And then when you're doing design, you're sort of dating a lot.
Yes.
Right? But once construction starts, we are married.
Totally. And once we fight, we are divorced, and then we back together.
and they always laugh and they tell me, no, it's not. I'm like, if you think about it, you're committing a large amount of money over a long period of time. Typically, this is hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dirhams, over multiple years with one person, most likely me if I'm the designer.
Exactly.
So if you and I don't get along,
it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. And what we need to figure out is, if we disagree, right? Just like in a marriage, sometimes you disagree, it's fine, but you have to find a way forward. And many times when it comes down to a situation where the client and I just cannot find a way, I said, we have to figure out a way forward, because if you don't want to move and I don't want to move, then what do we just like lock the site and go away? Like,
exactly.
That's not going to happen. We have to find a way forward. So I think when I keep telling them the story, and I say it when we're doing like even an RFP, and I say it when we're doing design, and I say it on site. So I think because I repeated it so many times, they're like, no, we have to find a way.
Exactly. And I think that they need us to push them.
Yeah.
Because I understand they reach a point, as you say, it's like a relationship, and you are basically it end up mostly, especially for new constructions, more than a year. Because between of the design stage and between, after they start, the build, construction and everything, it end up in a relationship of more than a year. And basically you keep seeing each other more often than your own friends.
100%.
So at some point it's like, okay, we are together on this. But some clients, they really sometimes at the end or in the middle, they get really down and they get really demotivated. And I get it. As I say, I get it. And you are the one that you have to pull them up and to say, it's going to happen. It's going to look amazing. Yeah. You will understand in future the investment that you are doing in this and the value that it's going to give for your property. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we need to also look for them. What is the benefit that they're going to get in this? Yeah. And sometimes when we start designing, I always say to the clients, it's about to have less is more. Yeah. And if you want to do such an amazing design, pick which places and where to put those full marble slabs or things that they are quite expensive. What is the impact it's going to create? Because for me, if it will be completely empty, the house, completely empty, but the light is bad, there is no point to continue or doesn't give you value to the property.
Agreed.
But if it's completely empty and the light is beautiful, you put a couple of pieces of sofas, a couple of artwork, and that's it. You have it. Yeah. So I think that it's us that we have to do that job for them, because obviously we are more experienced. We have seen, projects that we have completed, where we fail. We'll say that in ELE Interior has been 9 years, unofficially 8 years officially. But in all those years working in this industry, I've been working more than 12 years in interior design industry in the UAE. And in all those years, I have seen, different type of houses with different type of stages and different type of projects. And at the end, no matter if it's a renovation or new construction, the client, it's basically the person that you have to focus on. It's not only the project. Yeah. It is the project, of course, but it's the client, because it's what is going to make it happen, and it's one. So that's the person that you have to keep, motivating it and pushing it and say, okay, we're going to do it like that. Okay, right. We're going to just guide you like that. And you want to please everyone. I want to please always everyone. But for me, transparency is the most important. So if it cannot happen, I'm sorry, it cannot happen. Or if it's not possible, why we are walking around that is to say it's not possible? Should not be scared to say it's not possible.
Correct.
I'm here to tell you it's not possible because we're going to find another solution to do it better.
And that is the reason why you've hired me. Otherwise, you could just do it.
Exactly. And this is also, it's like, when you go to a doctor, you go to someone.
Exactly.
You are going to someone to help you and you listen. So it's the same thing. And you have to be quite confident, because as I said to you, after COVID, there was a lot of people that it's challenging. And until now, with the new technology and everything, there is everything there. So when clients come in here and say, no, but I read about this, we put laminated about this, or we put wood, or we put lacquer, it's going to scratch easily over. And then you have to basically, there's technical questions there that I'm surprised about sometimes. Wow, he knows about everything, which is super good.
Correct.
But we also have to say, yes, true, but we're going to put it in that way because for that reason. And then you obviously try to guide them. So you should be confident enough, to basically say what you feel after all the experience, what happened in your past, and also think about the maintenance of the property. Yep. Not just, and you a beautiful house close and then goodbye, see you. No, we wanted you finish this project and you come to us and have more word of mouth and more referral.
Right.
And things happen. And I will say, like in this stage, in this conversation, I will add on this, that sometimes during the project, you have people that, for example, part of the team, okay, for some reason, they might have left or come a new person, but that's life. Sometimes happen things. And of course, as I said, 3 years in a project, in 3 years time, it can happen, many things. And it happened to us. So that's why you have to keep pushing the client and motivated and say, we are here, I'm here, this is our studio, we are here. If it's not that person, it's going to be that person, but we're going to get it done.
Right. It's interesting. You touched upon so many things, and I know that, our time's limited. So
yes, we could be here.
We could be here all day. But as a sort of closing to the episode, if you will, it's clear that you guys have started and established a studio, right? There's no doubting that 9 years is a long time for any business, let alone an interior design business, but for any business. So I guess the obvious question is, now that you've sort of established and found your identity, found your ideal clients, you've delivered projects, what is almost now the next thing that you want to do with the studio, with your team, etc.? Are you guys looking to, work on a different type of project, or looking to maybe scale down and work specifically on something else, or maybe have a whole new business vertical? I don't know. But moving forward, what are you sort of working towards?
So it's an amazing question, because one of the things that is happening recently is that we started hospitality design.
Ooh,
really
nice.
Interesting, really excited. It's something that I always been super.
Hospitality seems to be like the goal for everyone, I
feel. Hospitality. But it was not for me. Like at the beginning, I'm very happy with residential. I love to do houses for people because I love to connect with people. And I really had an amazing clients, friends, and I really love to do residential. It's more work because obviously it's about the property of the person, but it's really amazing. It's so nice. The feeling that I have at the end is amazing. But when I go to those amazing hotels, amazing, restaurants, I really think, why I'm not doing also this? And we had the opportunity, and it's amazing the opportunity that we have, because we started doing hospitality in Zanzibar and Tanzania.
Nice.
So we're doing projects abroad, which I never thought that we will be doing projects abroad. At the moment, we're in 17 countries.
Wow.
So that is really escalate as a ELE brand. So we are focusing more on building a brand, not having limits, being international. And in fact, we have a lot of projects abroad, as say 17 countries. We do travel to those countries when it's necessary on the stage. Obviously, with Zoom and everything allow us, to have those opportunities. And the fact that, we had an amazing client also in California, and they're a family from Pakistan. And it was so funny because they came here to Dubai to do transit, to go to Pakistan from California. And when he came here, the husband, and they came with the kids, the husband is like, my wife, he came and he saw this page, and I saw, why you are contacting these people? This is fake. You don't know who is these people. These people, they say that they're in Dubai. Who are these people? I'm scared. Maybe this is like, fake. I am living in California, of course, right? And the wife is like, no, I spoke with them in the phone, and then, he was here with us, like, and now I'm here, and I'm thinking, how crazy is the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in California, I'm taking a design in Dubai, of course, because they do transit all the time, so it's convenient to meet each other. And also, as we go into California, there is no problem. We can, whenever we have to start the supervision and everything, we will basically allow like a 1 week when you basically do everything for 1 week, and then you come back. But it's amazing. So saying that, it happened the same thing with the hospitality. When the opportunity came, it was something that it was super excited, although it requires a lot of logistics and team that you have to build. And now we are in a process that we are building that team. We want to build a good team because it's completely different than residential. It requires a lot of team members, with experience, and it's more documentary, and as well to have, the opportunity, to enter on those tenders, but to be ready as well.
Yeah.
So hospitality is one thing. The other thing is obviously we did thought about more being boutique. I always say we are a boutique until now. And no matter what, I think we are a boutique because we are very bespoke and detailed. We are very flexible, really flexible in here. Every time the clients has any kind of requests, we don't have limits or flexibility. And I believe that you should be flexible in this industry. Otherwise, it's difficult for clients to express or to basically, work with you in their property. So we are very flexible, and that it really allows us to, experiment more on the project. But I will say we are more boutique, happily growing outside. So the goal of 2026 towards to 2027 is to obviously develop more the hospitality projects, continue having opportunity on those amazing projects outside, and continues building the brand in a way that people identify the brand as a high luxury identity of interior design with more tailored designs and bespoke.
I think that is Very inspiring.
No, thank you.
It's almost like global domination now.
Not global domination, but who knows?
No, but that is a very good goal to have, because I think what will happen is there'll be a lot of influences from those markets also coming back here, which is awesome. I have so many questions, but somehow this episode has just gone so quick and it's been so nice and awesome. We have a bit of a closing tradition on the podcast, which is basically a question that's been asked by one of our previous guests, not knowing who the next one is.
Okay.
So they don't know who's going to get the question. You don't know who asked the question. And sometimes it's quite silly and it's sometimes not even design related. It's okay. So we'll see what question you got today.
Okay.
But it's just a bit of fun to sort of end the episode. I will pull up your question now. Okay. Yeah, here you go. So it is somewhat design related. So the question is, will there ever be a moment when you look at your design and say, yes, I'm done? Or are you always thinking about how you could change one more thing?
Right. If I think, yes, it happened to me. When I see it, it's yes, I'm done, it's done. If I say I need to change something, I could be for 1 week thinking I need to change it. And if I don't change it, I don't sleep.
Yeah.
I cannot sleep.
Yeah.
It's like I come back to again, okay, open again. Okay, let's change that. No, I'm not convinced. Okay, close it again. Okay, let's back tomorrow and then let me just sleep on it and think I'll come back. And then I could not let it go until I say I'm super happy what I'm presenting. Right. I cannot. Even the team, they know. Sometimes they don't want to show me because they they say
she's going to change her mind again.
Yes. Or they are thinking, she's coming. Maybe, she wants to change. And, but I cannot. If I am not convinced, I cannot.
I mean, I think any good designer is the same.
Is the same, absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't think, we're just too OCD, right? Like we can't let it go.
Actually, I was going to say OCD, but it's true. It's OCD. It's something that it has to be right in your eyes.
Yeah.
Even sometimes looking the design. And one time I was sitting next to one colleague and then I was looking the design and the screen, it was not straight. It was like a little bit like this.
Yeah.
I said, listen, can you put the screen straight? He said, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? And then he put it and it's like still say, and then I stand up and I put it and then I start and I waste time putting the screen straight because that's the time that I thought how OCD I am.
Yeah, I've had the same thing with like a couple of site mockups, funnily enough today, where the client was actually happy with it. The client, just to give context, we were looking at a joinery detail that was meeting a skylight. So when I saw it, it felt like it was a few millimeters off, as in the joinery was kind of underneath the skylight.
You see it.
Right? And I told the client and the client's like, no, it looks okay. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not aligned. And then everyone like on site, like 3 people were like pushing this cupboard like 1 millimeter that way, 2 millimeters this way. I'm like, no, it's still not aligned. And then the client is like, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. You don't understand.
No, you don't understand. And I will go and I will back maybe myself in the night. Yes.
But it is an OCD problem.
It is an OCD problem. Absolutely.
Anyway, Leali, this has been a really awesome episode. I'm so happy that we finally made the time to make it happen. So I think there is so much more that we have to talk about. So we will definitely have you on again in the future. I say that the show is only possible because of designers like yourself giving your time and being very transparent with your experiences and your learnings. And hopefully someone listening would have heard you and thought, I can try this or I can do this. And if Leali can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely. I mean, thank you so much for the opportunity, obviously, because it's really nice to obviously express how do you start and how you basically are now and developing all of those, and an amazing opportunity for people to understand that this is possible and it could be possible. All what you have to do is being humble and hardworking person and not feeling there is limitations. If it does not work, okay, no problem. You come back and you can still doing what you was doing before or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's not as what we think sometimes, that we think that maybe it's too difficult to do something, but it's not. It's that we put the limits ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. And I'm happy that I share all of this, especially with you. You are also an architect, that you understand that it's a hard work, behind the scenes every day. And when you live with that passion, it's difficult to even sometimes let it go. Sometimes I'm thinking, let it go and be more, and I have this, I cannot. This is what I love to do. And I really want to keep making happy people down and feel happy about, what we are doing and the feeling. So thank you so much. And I'm hoping to have again another episode because 100%. I really enjoy it.
I think we have a lot more to talk about.
Absolutely. A lot.
And thank you guys for listening in. For the rest of you guys, we will catch you guys next week. Fellow aFormer, thank you so much for your time. If this episode added any value to you, please share it with anyone who may benefit. If you want to carry on the discussion, please get in touch with us over socials. We are at aForm Show on the gram and hello@aForm.studio on email. That is at aForm Show on the gram and hello@aForm.studio on email. Until next time, stay inspired.